Hello, Rob from Christchurch City Libraries here. Today I want to show you how to make an animated GIF using a website called Piskel. So the first thing we need to do is find that website. So if we type Piskel into Google, it should come up as the first link. We'll click on that, and here's the website that we're going to use. The next thing is we don't need to sign in. Just click Create Sprite. Okay, so here's our workspace. So what we're going to be doing today is called pixel art. So we're going to be making pictures using pixels or little squares of color like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually resize the image, and I'm going to use far fewer pixels than we've got at the moment. So I'm going to reduce the number of pixels to 8 by 8. You can use more pixels if you like, but the more pixels that you have, the longer it will take. First thing we need to do is choose a background color. So to choose a color, we come to this box down here, click on it, and we've got lots of different options of any possible color we can think of. So for a background, you might want a dark color or a light color. I'm going to choose a darkish, purplish color like this. So I click on there, and now that's the color that I've got. So the first thing I want to do is make the whole background that color. So there's a simple way to do that. There's a paint bucket tool here. I'm going to click on that and just click everywhere that doesn't have a color already, and I'm going to fill in all those blank spots. So there's my background. So now I want to pick a foreground color. I'm going to pick something much lighter, but a similar sort of color, but a much lighter hue. So I'm going to go for this. All right. So I need to go back to my pen tool here so I can start drawing. I want to have this appear and move across the screen like this. I'm going to make one down here that goes the other way as well. So that's our first frame. So an animation is made up of a number of frames that appear one after the other. So to add a new frame, we could click here and go Add New Frame, and then we get an empty frame when we have to fill all of that in again. There's a more efficient way to do that. If we hover over our original frame, we see we can duplicate that frame, and it's filled in exactly the same as the previous frame was. And now all we have to do is add anything we want to change. If we want this to move into the screen this way, we just need to add a pixel here and a pixel here to make each of those longer. And then we can keep doing that, adding a new pixel each time, and that will get longer and longer. And then perhaps after that we want it to disappear at the other end, so we go back to our background color. Okay, so we've done a little animation there. Now let's see what that looks like. So up here we have a live preview showing us what the animation is going to look like. Now we can't see that very well at the moment, so what we need to do is change the size up here to make it bigger, and now it just shows us our animation in a loop over and over again. So if we're happy with that, that's our animation done. If we want to take our animated GIF and use it for something else, we can export it. So if we click on this icon here, Export, we want to choose Download as an animated GIF. But before we do that, we probably want to increase the scale here, since we've used so few pixels, otherwise it's going to look tiny when we import it into another program. So we download that. That goes into our Downloads folder. So if we right click on our file here, Open With, that's what our animated GIF would look like on a website. So that's a very simple animation. We could add a lot more elements in here. We could have things coming down the screen, moving around the screen. We could have things getting bigger and smaller. We could have things changing color. There are lots more options over here to explore in the drawing menu and in the transform menu over here. You can use as many different colors as you like. Your animation could be a lot longer than this. You could have more pixels in it. There's lots of different options. So now it's over to you. Have a go for yourself and let's see what you can come up with. Have fun.